Hey everybody! This week for a Quick Tip Tuesday, I wanted to show you how to get a deckled edge finish to your watercolor paper. Now this is a Fabriano paper that I purchased in an art store, and I really loved the edges of this paper. I thought it was really beautiful, and I thought it was really quite a shame that I wasn't able to keep these edges when I was cutting it down. So I ended up playing with some of my other paper. It is the B paper that I purchased on Amazon. This is still a 100% cotton paper, but it does act a little bit differently to, say, an Arches or a Fabriano. But since it does have really clean, crisp edges, I wanted to occasionally have this really pretty deckled look to it. And I wanted to figure out not only how to do this for the more inexpensive paper, but also to complete this look on a sheet of paper that I have to cut down. So this is how I go through and I create this look. So I have my paper. Like I said, it's 100% cotton. It's 140 pound, 300 GSM, and it's a really nice paper, but sometimes I do like having that kind of more raw finished edge. So I thought I would show you how to get that. And you're going to want like a bone folder or something like that. You don't necessarily need one of these, but you are going to want something that is kind of like a blunt edge to make sure you get your folds really nice. I'm using just a regular brush, and you're going to want some water to wet the paper. You're going to want some sort of ruler. I really like having a metal ruler, but as you can see, it's not wide enough for the entire paper. So even something like this is really helpful to just kind of help you get a straight edge. So what I'm going to start by doing is just flipping it over so that I'm on the back side of the paper. And what I want to do is just, I need to soften my brush, but I'm going to just kind of wet the paper roughly where I want to have this deckled edge finish. And I'm wetting the back of it, and I'm just going to flip it over and wet the front really quickly. And I want it to be fairly saturated. It makes it a lot easier, and it helps get that effect better than if you were to just kind of do one side. What I'm going to do is just lay my ruler over the top, and these ones are nice because you can kind of line up the edge along this line to make sure that you have it really straight. And what I'm going to do is fold it up right now. This is something that I would normally do at the edge of my table, just because it's easier to kind of get a hold onto it and fold it easier. And then I'm just going to fold it and kind of press down. And I'm going to take my bone folder and just crease these edges really well, just pressing down on it. And then I'm going to fold it over and fold this paper the other way. Again, taking my bone folder and just creasing these edges really well. Now you can do this a couple times if you like, just going through and creasing the edges. But then what I like to do is just to have kind of a better hold on the paper, I like to put my ruler back down and hold it kind of close to where the edge is, and then I like to try to pull outward on the paper. And I'm just kind of pulling on this, and I find that it doesn't always look super pretty in the beginning, but once you kind of let it dry and you flatten it, it looks really nice. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to do all of these edges really quickly, and I will show you the finished result. Alright, and now you can see that I have done all of the edges on my paper, and I just have this really kind of soft deckled edge look to it. Now what I like to do is place it under a book or something and just kind of weight down all of the edges so that it can dry, since all of the edges are pretty wet. They have been soaked through. I did go through and try to do this one edge with only doing the bone folder on one side to show that you can kind of get a little bit of a rougher look to it. But here is a paper that I've purchased in the art store in a large sheet. You will see some differences, like in these, the edges do get a little bit thinner around the outside. That's probably not going to show up in this video. You won't see as many inconsistencies in how thin or thick the kind of edges are in something like this. Now, this is one after it has dried. It's the same exact paper that I used in this demonstration, and I really like it. This is actually the correct side, and it's a really, really beautiful look. It just adds a really nice touch. If that's kind of a look that you're going for, it's really great for art pieces where it's not going to be behind like a matted surface. It's really going to be more in like a shadow box or something like that, where these edges really shine, or you could even put it on like a matted board. But this is my quick tip for this week, and I hope you really enjoyed it. If you have any other suggestions that you would like to see, leave them down below, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!